With the time we have left, unfortunately, we need to go to our closing, so each candidate may make a 1-minute closing statement.
I'd like to first thank the League of Women's Voters for this invitation. I think it's been an interesting debate here, discussion here with my colleagues. You've heard a lot of interesting points. I would like to point out that in the last several months, we've had a historic political event, a recall, in which there has been a lot of questions regarding the elections, voting, registration, and I believe that that was one of my main reasons why I jumped on board to run for county clerk. Not only did I mention earlier because of the obstacles that some individuals have ran into, but also my own parents. And I think that I feel a sense of moral obligation to go out and work with the community. I always have had that advocacy, starting with my tenure as a county council member. But I continue to do that because I feel it's significant for everyone to vote in a fair and equitable election here. And so that is the reason why I'm running. I'm hoping that I can get your support on August 14th. Thank you.
My question to you is, if you're responsible to hire the position of Dane County Clerk, who would you hire? Someone with years of experience and training, or someone who thinks they can do the job, they think they know what a clerk does? All entities of government are cutting budgets in their workforce. The residents of Dane County need their tax dollars spent wisely. And with someone who has the experience and training and who can work all organizations, all entities, all units of government. They want someone who has demonstrated the passion for the profession. Being a clerk is a passion, not someone who is seeking a job for a short term and wants to move on to another position. For that reason, I'm seeking your support. I've also demonstrated my ability and my experience. I've got the most high school students in the state of Wisconsin that works the polls. I do laptop voter registrations at the polls. I've had the Federal Election Administration Council come out to my facilities and examine them. We've been featured in the demos by the Demos Association as best practices for the city of Sun Prairie. So I would ask the voters to look for experience and who has the track record. Thank you.
Scott?
Well, I do want to thank the League of Women Voters for putting on this forum. I think the question that Diane posed is a good one. If this were a hiring, who would you hire? I can tell you that the person who would be doing the hiring, Joe Parisi, who's the county executive, has said to select Scott McDonald. I think I have the experience needed because I'm the only one up here who has been a county manager, who's managed county's employees. And that's why I have the county executive support. That's why I have the county workers support. And I ask for your support on election day. We need someone who's going to fight strong, push back against the Republicans in the State House on the issues that we care about, but also has the experience to do the job on day one. And I think I'm that person. So thank you.
Dane County voters know that there's a war on voting and that the right to vote is under attack. And they absolutely demand and deserve a strong progressive who's willing to advocate for the right to vote, to stick out their neck, to go on to the mat, fighting for the franchise for every eligible voter in Dane County. But in order to do that, they have to have a clerk who's qualified to do the job, but who has already been doing that work. It's not enough for us to elect a competent, a strong progressive. We have to elect a competent, experienced, trained progressive. And I'm the only candidate in this race who is both a strong progressive and a professional election administrator. And Dane County voters shouldn't have to choose between an experienced candidate and a candidate who shares their values, because I'm the one who does both.
Okay. Unfortunately, we are out of time, so I want to thank the candidates for joining us and the viewing audience for taking the time to know your candidates. I would like to remind everyone that primary election day is Tuesday, August 14th. Please vote.